I'm going to fall a tree or two today. I went through and counted all the trees I have down in the woods still and in the driveway. And I think I came up with 25 total. I think I'm going to need around 32 for the walls, but I also need a few trees to cover the foundation area, make the flooring, and eventually make the roof. But all I'm concerned with is having enough for the walls right now, because I want to cut all those beams and set them aside to be drying. So I'm trying to find big enough trees. This one's in my Quonset hut area, so I should get it out of the way now anyway, because I don't want to drop it after the Quonset hut's in here. I really didn't want to drop this tree at all, but I'm limited on the trees that will make the size of beams that I want. So I'll go get my other saw and I'll be back with you. We'll see if we can't maybe get this to get cut all the way through. All right, so I got you positioned behind the tree. I'm gonna follow it. I'm hoping, it's pretty long, it's a pretty tall tree. I'm hoping it won't hit my trailer. I'm gonna try to land at the back of the trailer is my goal. I can't move the trailer. Let's take a look here. It'll be damn close. Well, let's see what we can do. I got the 462C out. My 501i has too short of a bar. I could trade them out, but I'll go ahead and do this one. Alright. So that's a tree I'll clean up later before I start working on the Quonset hut area. It's not completely within the, it's partway in the Quonset hut area. Enough that I still got to clear it out of the way anyway. There's no point in not clearing it out first. But that being said, that's one. I still have at least 5 more to do. For now. That's still not enough to build the whole cabin. But 5 more of them would be good to cut down. This is the biggest that I have marked to cut down for now. I have one that's bigger than this over here, but I don't really want to cut it down. I'd like to keep, well, any of the ones that are along the road, I'm not touching. I don't want to take out, you know, the outer perimeter trees. So along the driveway here though, I've got some tall trees down here that are blocking the mountain view. And I got tons of trees in there, so I'll go ahead and take out some of those. And that'll be my next project after I get my batteries charged up on my phone and stuff. And I shouldn't need the big bar. I should be able to go back to my 500i and work with it. And the 462C I can go ahead and put away for now. And but I'll keep it down here just in case I need it again. So alright, before I cut down any more trees, I thought I would give this a quick sharpening. So I'm going to break out the Timberline sharpener tool, which is preset to sharpen this at the right angle, and it makes it much more accurate and consistent. I like the consistency of it, and it's easy. So I'll go ahead and get this thing set on here. Get started. Yes, I don't know if you can see this. I'll do a couple. I guess we'll see. So what I do is I just do one angle, then I switch the other angle after I've gone around one complete revolution. My milling chains are skip tooth, so they're a little bit different, but they're also a lot longer than this blade. This is I think this is a 25-inch bar, so this 25-inch chain. Whoop! Hold on, I went too far. There we go. So this didn't take very long to sharpen. It's done. That's simple. Just remove it like so, and we're good to go. Ready to roll. Tensioned. One of the things I like to do is I like to rotate the bar, and that way I get even wear. So we'll go ahead and get this bar rotate it around and fix the tension, and we'll be ready to cut down another tree. While this is still loose, I can tighten it here. And that's nice. Let's see if there's some, yeah, still free movement. All right, we'll go ahead and get this all tightened up here so it doesn't shift on me. There we go. It should be good. Yeah, we're good. There we go. Ready for the next tree to cut down. All right, so if you look up there, you'll see two trees that are rather tall. I'll go ahead and bring the camera back down. Oops. And so that's my driveway. If I cut those two trees out, I believe what I'll end up with is a good view of the mountains. And right now you won't be able to see the mountain. There's too much fog. It's a balmy 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I got a few trees down here that I believe I can use for the cabin build. And again, it's a twofold thing. They will give me the opportunity to have a view from the cabin when I build it. And I have so many trees over here that are really thick. So I don't believe that this is going to be a bad thing to do. So I'll go ahead and get these cut because they're right by the driveway. They're both firs. The one I cut earlier was a pine. I'm just taking out the really big trees that are blocking my view. Yeah, I may be able to get some good wood out of that tree too. And that area is really thick with trees, so it's not going to be a problem. It's going to give the little ones a chance to grow over the years. And it'll give me a chance to utilize the wood. And it's in an area that's close to my mill. So, all right, let's get repositioned for this tree on the left here. I have felled some trees over here before, but this guy's a monster. I may have to break out the other chainsaw for this one too. Looking at it here, it's pretty big. And it leans this way, so I'm going to drop it this way. I'd like to try to drop the other one the other way, and then I got a third one over here that I could drop alongside this one maybe, for now. We'll see. I may just drop this one today, but I'm pretty sure, I'm looking at this thing. The base is really huge, but it goes pretty small, pretty fast. But I still can get a 6x12 out of a pretty good length of a 6x12 out of it, as well as the pine behind it here. The pine behind it's got a whole lot of little baby trees around it, so I got to go and I'm going to look at the trees to determine which ones I want to clear out, and then try to drop it in such a way that it doesn't destroy the trees in the area I'm clearing. It's going to destroy some of the little trees over here though. Tough call, because I don't want to get rid of too many of these little trees, but I mean, they're within inches apart. That's crazy. Too thick, too many. All of them will never survive. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. I may as well clear them out, thin them out, so that they can grow decently. Yeah. Yeah, we'll start with this tree. I'm gonna get the other saw though. This saw, there's just no way. Alright, so this was the last one I cut yesterday. I didn't, the camera must have been dead. With this cold weather, the battery doesn't last as long, so I didn't catch it falling. I just caught the cutting of it, and it's a big tree. Big tree. So that's the big old wedge I took out before I fell it. So I got two smaller ones here. I'm going to knock one of those down right now. And pretty much my whole driveway up to this next build area is completely covered in trees. I got two trees fell in the driveway right now. So I'm going to go ahead and fall one more in the driveway. I got to go up higher. I got, I think, two trees up above that I want to drop while it's still winter time. I'm doing what I can with this kind of weather. I can't really move the logs. Anything I've cut previously is frozen to the ground, and I'll have to wait till spring to start dragging them out. I think the more I think about this, the more I want to get these logs moved and cut into beams and stacked. They've already been sitting going on 2 years on the ground, and I'm worried that they're going to start dry rotting on me. But with how much meat I'm going to be taking off of them, if there is any dry rot at all, it's going to get all taken off. It's not going to be anything but shallow. But with how dry it stays around here most of the time, except for winter, I don't think I'm going to have a problem with the stuff that's been sitting for 2 years, but I don't want it to sit any longer on the ground. So also I did some research. What I've been calling a log cabin build, a timber frame cabin build. In my mind, it's a timber frame cabin build, but a lot of people are calling it a dovetail cabin build because of the dovetail notches on the ends of the rectangular beams. So maybe that's what I'm mispronouncing what I'm going to build. But if you think of the Ponderosa, the old TV show, the Ponderosa, and you look at their cabin, that's the kind of cabin I'm building. So if that gives you kind of an idea. At any rate, I'm going to get busy. Let's get this tree over here to the left done. try to cut without cutting this tree. All right, so this tree that I'm going to fall, it's a pretty big tree. I'm going to try not to hit this, but if it does, it's okay. Not a big deal. I don't have a gate in here yet, really. So, anyways, I'll go up there and I'll finish cutting it. It'll only take a second. I took out a few small trees through here. Yeah, the top of that tree is right about there. That's a big tree. But yeah, I took out, there's a whole bunch of trees there anyways, little ones. It'll be fine. I got so many compacted trees in here. You know, I plan to put some apple trees along here for the deer. Some crab apples. Apparently they like crab apples. I'm going to see if I can get those to grow up here. And I'll just put a few of them right down here at the entrance. Another reason I'm doing the apple trees is for hardwoods. Eventually I'll have hardwoods for smoking and stuff with. I won't have to go buy it. I don't have anything like that around here. It's all softwood stuff. Right there. Oop. There's a tree right there. I think I'm going to take that tree out. And that should clear up a little more. And that's the edge of my driveway by the Quonset hut area too. And that's a fairly large tree. I'm not sure how big it is until I walk over there and look at it a little closer. But today, my main concentration is to start clearing out the driveway. You can see you can't even get down it. So I got 3 trees that we felled the other day that are in the driveway. So I want to get them kind of cut up, get the firewood part of them cut off, and move the trees to the side if possible. I got about 4 inches of snow, so I may just leave them where they're at after I delimb them and get the firewood part off and stacked. So behind me there, you saw the mountains a little bit. I'd like to get a little more of a view where the camera's sitting right now. We're standing in the building area for the new cabin build. That's going to be a future cabin build. I got these 3 trees that I fell the other day that I want to get cleaned up. The firewood part of them I want cut off and stacked down here, and get them all delimbed so that I can get them moved over, so I can get down this driveway. You can see it's full of trees right now. They're fairly large trees. They've got it pretty well blocked. Later I want to be able to drive up here with a tractor and stuff, so I need to get these trees either set aside till I'm ready to mill them. And they'll be some of the first ones I'll probably mill into beams and do the dovetail ends on later. For the dovetail cabin, we'll start calling it, instead of a timber framed cabin, because it's actually the same idea. Other than if you think of the Swiss Alps and you look at those timber framed cabins, they usually have the white on the walls and their beams. They're joined together. Well, these are going to be beams that are going to be laid across with dovetail ends, kind of like a log cabin. So, and I've heard them call these a dovetail log cabin as well. But because they're timbered beams, they're not going to be half round. They're not going to be round at all. I'm just going to call it a dovetail cabin, which I've heard people call them. And I'm going to start addressing that cabin that's going to be built here in that manner from here on out. Just to avoid anybody saying, well, that's not a timber framed cabin. So once we get to building it, we'll keep addressing it according to what I believe is the correct terminology. All right, let's get down here and get to work. Alright, so I'll just continue on getting this cleaned up. Then I'll start that other one down there today and leave these like they are for the moment, to where I can get them. So I thought I'd give you an idea of what we got overnight. I'm going to say it's about 3 inches of snow overnight is what we got. And they're expecting more snow to come in. It's not bad here because the snow keeps coming and then it goes away because it gets too warm and melts it. But I'd say in this area, 4 inches, not bad. Not bad at all, nothing compared to last year. So yeah, it melted Dawn down pretty good. Now we got another base coat over it, which is nice because there was a bunch of ice. Made it bad. I'm gonna turn it around and show you the view. So this is kind of the view down my driveway. The mountain over there, you can't see it between the trees, but normally you can see the mountain, but it's really fogged in. But we're right by my cabin. So, yeah, I gotta tell you, I love the winter, I love the spring, I love the fall, and I love the summer. It's great having all 4 seasons here. Such a beautiful area. The winters have just, at least this year, just the right amount of snow. It's not too much to make you uncomfortable. Last year, I got 3 feet in 2 days. That was a little bit questionable. And I imagine it got up to 5 or 6 feet deep here. This year, nothing like that. All right, let's take a little walk up into the area I've been working on in my new cabin build site. Here we go. But yeah, the nice thing about some fresh snow is when it gets melted and turns icy, the fresh snow makes it so it's not so slippery again. Okay, over here, I don't know if you can even see it. That's where my initial travel trailer is set up. That I've got to probably, once I get the Quonset hut set up and everything, I'm probably going to get rid of the trailer at that point. I could use the money anyways, I'm running out. And it takes money to build. Yeah, it looks really nice here, it's beautiful. Back here, all you're probably seeing is the fog. But there's actually as you go down this driveway, there'll be a nice view that opens up of the mountains. And when they're snowy, they're really beautiful. So ultimately I got a tree off to my right and to my left that I'll cut down. And then I've got one more there. I may have 4 trees that I can cut down out of here to give me a little more view. Yeah, beautiful view up here. I decided to come up and take a look at it. I was gonna actually start de-limbing the other tree down there, but I think I'll start that a little later. This is Thursday, and they're predicting more snow coming in. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching my video. And if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. It really helps me out. If you would like to follow it, I've got a lot of building going to be coming up here this year. All right. Thanks again. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful New Year's. Bye.